How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on a brand new week of new PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game releases. Now, after a couple of stacked week of game releases with a lot of variety in what was coming out and a lot of marquee titles and a lot of big games to come for the rest of the year, this week in particular, little bit of a quiet week, all things considered. Definitely not as many big marquee titles. However, still some notable stuff. One major game, and it's a free-to-play game at that, and a couple of other notable titles rounding things out, but just not marquee games that everybody is going to be super amped for, but still want to highlight everything dropping this week, so let's get right into it. And let's start things off with Medieval Dynasty, which is a game that dropped on PC back in September of last year, and now is finally making the transition to PlayStation 5. It is a medieval survival game. The game notes hunt, survive, build, and lead in the harsh Middle Ages, create your own medieval dynasty, and ensure its long-lasting prosperity or die trying. The game got a pretty positive reception, all things considered, a 73 on Metacritic, a very positive reception on Steam across 22,000 user reviews. It's set in the early Middle Ages of Europe. In the medieval dynasty, you take on the role of a young man who has fled from war and wants to take his fate into his own hands. From being alone, inexperienced, and poor, you'll develop into a master of many skills, a leader of your community, and the founder of a prosperous dynasty which is meant to last and prosper for generations to come. The game does marry a bunch of different genres. A survival game is obviously at the heart of the gameplay. The need to survive, feed, and ensure survival through hunting, farming, and cultivation of the land. A simulation game. Create tools and weapons, construct and extend houses, stables, and all manner of buildings as you grow an empire. A role-playing game. Develop your own character, interact with the NPCs, take care of your family, and form community alliances by helping others and trading freely. And a strategy element to it as well. The game notes beautiful and realistic open-world 3D landscapes with state-of-the-art graphics, full 4 seasons with day and night cycles and realistic weather conditions, interactive environment with trees to fall, various fruit to pick, stones to collect, caves to explore, and many more. 18 different buildings with various levels from haystacks to full stone mansions. Over 60 different pieces of equipment to craft, including weapons, tools, furniture, and clothing. Realistic wildlife interaction with plenty of different animals such as wolves, wild boars, deer, rabbits, and others. All activities will impact on food, water, health, and endurance status. Detailed skill tree for individual character development and unique events and decisions with direct impact on gameplay. Dynasty reputation system triggering events with the king as well. All of that will be coming to PlayStation 5 on October the 6th. Next up, we have a major free-to-play release and a major game release in general. Overwatch 2 will be dropping on October the 4th. I know there's been a lot of talk around this game regarding how many games you need to play to unlock the entire roster. The fact they're recording voice chat and everything like that. All those things aside, and honestly, I don't even think the aspect of needing to play X amount of games to unlock the entire roster is that crazy. Overwatch 2 is a major release and it will be free for everyone. Overwatch 2 arrives on October the 4th as an always-on free-to-play experience. Group up with friends to experience reimagined 5v5 gameplay featuring all new heroes, modes, and maps. Daily challenges and frequent updates means there's always something new to play. Obviously, you'll have a batch of new heroes, whether you like to lead the charge as a tank, ambush enemies with powerful damage, or empower and aid your allies. There's a new hero for you, and many more to come. An ever-expanding world, travel the world, savor breathtaking sights, and clash on the streets of iconic locations like New York City, Rome, Toronto, and many more. And more game modes. Additional game modes will join the existing lineup of ways to play, bringing more objectives to capture, strategies to explore, and secrets to unearth. Overwatch 2 arrives October 4th, and obviously, it is a game that is going to be perpetually updated. Seasons full of new content. Overwatch will continue to evolve and expand with regular seasonal content rolling out every 9 weeks, and beginning in the year 2023, we'll be delving more into the world of Overwatch and the heroes that inhabit it with new narrative experiences and PvE gameplay updates. Obviously, this is something that a lot of people are excited for. Overwatch was a very popular multiplayer shooter, especially when it initially came out back in 2016. It had a lot of buzz around it, and obviously it's been perpetually updated, and now we're transitioning into the free-to-play era with Overwatch 2. It'll be interesting to see how the overall reception is, but being that it is free-to-play, you can jump in free of charge, and then ultimately, obviously, if you do want to be invested into it, you can drop real-world money on it, but that is just an option. Overwatch 2 will be officially released PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 on October the 4th. If you're a fan of off-road racing games, you'll want to have Dakar Desert Rally on your radar. It's the biggest off-road rally racing adventure ever developed. Experience the speed and excitement of the largest rally race on the planet, featuring a wide variety of licensed vehicles from motorcycles, cars, trucks, quads, and SSVs. Over 30 stages of full rally racing from the official 2020, 2021, and 2022 Dakar Rally race with official licensed vehicles, teams, and pilots across multiplayer and single-player components all across an immense open world that doesn't limit you to tracks and roads. The game also supports a wide array of steering wheels for the ultimate driving experience, featuring all 4 seasons and a full day and night cycle. Seems like that's something a lot of games are going for, whether facing billowing sandstorms, a blazing desert sunlight, grueling rain and snow, or deep mud. You'll need to overcome the elements and your competition to win. You've got single player, but you can also go online, evolve your rally raid career in single player, or compete in online multiplayer events with your friends. An epic off-road rally adventure priced accordingly at $39.99. Dakar Desert Rally will be released on October the 4th. Next up, we have Falling Out, a pretty charming roguelite title. Falling Out is a lighthearted roguelite platform where you take on the role of an oddball couple who are on a holiday from hell. Work together as you navigate randomly generated temples, all while dodging traps, slaying enemies, and crafting weapons in an attempt to escape before the temple floods. Obviously, the game doesn't have like an incredible technical visual style, but visually it does have a pretty colorful look going on for it as well. Go it alone or find a friend to play as either of the characters in solo, co-op, or versus mode, and easily switch between characters to use each of their unique characteristics. Falling Out is scheduled for a release on October the 6th. Next up, we have a brand new RPG in Rivalia Dungeon Raiders. Rivalia is a single-player action RPG and roguelite game with a cartoon art style that combines the best of both genres. In it, you'll take control of 4 main characters who must confront the evil jester who has warped the castle of Rivalia in a space-time loop. The game has a pretty quirky art style here. Looking for speed and dexterity? Don't hesitate to call Halmer. Combine the best of agile melee combat and the safety of range combat and defeat enemies in the rear with your great speed. You have Ashelin, that is one that prefers to lash out, unleash your inner demon. Yorm, want to see for yourself or be surrounded by enemies and laugh at them for not being able to move you. That is the right choice. A giant, toughness, and taunt the enemies to protect your allies. And then you have Avanya, would you rather play it cool and let your allies do the dirty work? That is going to be your choice. Healing, shields, all that good stuff. 4 main characters, 1 main villain. Rivalia Dungeon Raiders is due out on October the 5th. And lastly, we have the adventure thriller in Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo, which is finally making the transition to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 on October the 4th. It's been out on PC going back to December of 2021 and now coming to consoles as well. The game notes, can you trust your own mind? Immerse yourself in a psychological thriller of a new kind, playing with the limits between reality and fantasy, freely inspired by Alfred Hitchcock's universe as well. The game saw a solid reception on PC, an original story about obsession, manipulation, and madness inspired by Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece Vertigo. Live a powerful narrative experience paying tribute to the visual and storytelling techniques of the thriller genre and investigate through the vision of 3 characters. Everyone has a different story to tell, and explore several timelines to cross-check the events and separate reality from deceptive memories. Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo is out on October the 4th, and that is going to do it for me. Again, a relatively lighter week of game releases, especially compared to some of the recent weeks, especially having some of those Square Enix titles, Century Age of Ashes, and a lot of other titles over the last couple of weeks. Quieter week, calm down week, but next week things are going to be rolling again with titles such as No More Heroes 3, so you'll have that to be on the lookout for, and you got The Last Aura Crew coming as well. But that is next week, and we'll talk about that when the time comes. That is going to do it for this week's new PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game releases. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.